Hi guys, welcome back. So there has been a lot going on. Um, YouTube moves so fast. Like 2 days can go by and it can be just completely different. Like what you were talking about 2 days ago, it could be completely out of touch. So it's actually going to be pretty long. I'm sorry. I will try to make it as fast as I can. I hope you guys are having a great Valentine's weekend. Uh, I wanted to talk to you guys about this ordeal I just had at Lowe's. It was pretty creepy, but since this is already going to be a long video, I will just save it. Hopefully, I remember it and talk to you guys some other time about it. Um, just ladies, be careful out there. So, another thing, I have a debate going on right now, and I wanted to mention this to you guys in my other video and forgot. But I wanted to know if you guys ever heard of the band Skinned. That is SKYND. So I know a lot of you guys are like in the crime community. So I thought this would be something, if you haven't seen, that would be fascinating to you guys. I just came across them the other day, and I have like a debate like going on about my with my friend who thinks this completely wrong, that those videos like that should not be out there, and they was wondering if maybe they could possibly get sued from like family members and victims. So what the band does, there's like a whole genre of, it's like called horrorcore or something like that, and people sing, they rap, it's rock, and pretty much it's like a horror movie, but they're singing about it. And to some people, it's very disturbing. I know if you watch horror movies, it doesn't really bother you. You watch documentaries, it doesn't really bother you. But for some reason, whenever you hear people singing about it, it's like a whole nother different story. This band, though, she sings about like real life crimes that have happened. She has a couple songs, and the videos are with it. And I'm telling you, I've been listening to it by myself at night in the car. It's creepy, like it's very creepy. She has one about Jim Jones, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, the Alyssa Lamb one, which is like super, super creepy, Catherine Knight, and the latest one she just released was of Columbine. So, you guys, if you have time, go listen to it. Again, that's Skinned, SKYND, and let me know what you think of it. Is it too far, or could you not quit looking at the screen, or what? Let me know. So I have my hands on the PDF file, and I've been reading through it and trying to do a lot of research. This thing, you guys, is like 66 pages long. I don't know who put this thing together, but I just want to say I would love that person to be on my team, because this had to be so much work. So much time had to go in to finding this information out. I mean, was this one person? Was this a team? What was this? I mean, they went back to, like, I'm not lying, 2012, and found chats and tweets of her, and I mean, back whenever she was watching General Hospital soap operas, and she would comment on their Facebook page. I mean, those are in here. I mean, it's crazy the amount of stuff's in here. So I have a pretty big stack over here that I'm not going to read or look at. One reason, it's personal information. I will not put anybody's personal information out there. Another thing, there's like some pictures and stuff. That's not my business. That's crossing the line. I'm not putting that out there, definitely. And I was going to put it up here, but I thought maybe I just decided against it. So I do have quite a bit, though, we are going to look through. I should have put a picture up here or something, had it looking a little bit better, but I didn't even think about it. So there are some videos, because there has been a lot. So let me get my, let's see if I can get my stuff up here. I hope this works. Okay. Oh, I don't even know if you guys can see it. Nope. I haven't even put this on there yet. Hold on, I am so unorganized right now. Let me pause this real quick and get this figured out real quick. All right, guys, I'm back. So I'm gonna have to do this a full screen for you guys to see it. It means I can't see my camera, so. Okay, hope I got this right. So here's a few things before we get into this, which is, as you've seen, the title is Should Critical K be deplatformed on YouTube? If you do not know, Dad podcast Josh has put out a petition probably about a week ago now, wanting to deplatform Critical K off of YouTube. So my answer is going to be, and some of you guys might not agree, a lot of you guys might not agree, the ones who are on here, but I'm going to say no. I do not agree with cancel culture whatsoever. As much as some of the things that come out of Critical K's mouth is just absolutely disgusting and things that really just, it pisses me off. And I think it's her right to have her opinion. She should, have her little area over there. If people want to go watch, support her, that's on them. What can you do about it? So no, I do not, I would not sign that petition. It's up to you guys though. So here was just a few things on the top of my head, and I'm going to read some more later, that really bothered me about Kay. So one was women in the military. So here's a statement I have, how Kay feels about women in the military. So it says, she's talking to somebody, and she says, I personally feel a lot of claims of sexual harassment coming from young females recruits are outright lies and drama being caused by young female recruits. I think this explains a lot of the high numbers of claims and the fact that it is rising every year. My issue is that all of this chaos and in the military further weakening combat readiness. If command staffs are constantly dealing with this boy-girl drama in the military, they're not able to do their jobs and protect this country. As regards to the Fort Hood and Vanessa Golan, I can see both sides of this. We were warned by military experts that putting women in combat roles was a bad idea for this reason. Women in combat roles puts them in close proximity to men who probably won't deal well with women in their ranks. 3, combat roles generally are best suited to well-trained, high-testosterone men. Those men tend to have little impulse control when it comes to women. Moral of the story, women should not be in combat roles. And if they demand to be, they need to learn how to deal with these situations. Or not even to attempt a combat position if you can't handle their inner workings of the military. Okay, women, so if you want to be in the military and you get SA'd, you just keep your mouth shut because that's the way military works. Don't you know that? The other side is OFC. The military should do more to protect women in combat roles. But if you expect that of the military, you will weaken them and leave us more vulnerable as a nation. A country will fall without a strong military. My vote is for removing women from combat roles, period. They never even should have been allowed in the first place. Come at me. Again, as stupid as that sounds, that's her opinion, Okay. So, another thing, she did a live the other day, and she was talking about, and she's talked about this before, who parents and women who utilize daycare. So, as we know, Kay does not believe in daycare. She goes on and says that family members should be watching the child if, the parents have to go to work. Well, you know what, Kay? Not everybody's situation is the same. Not everybody has family. I can tell you, with me, I would have nobody to watch my kids. My family is very dysfunctional, and I wouldn't trust my kids. And the ones I would trust them with are, 70, 80 years old. My grandmother who raised me, there's no way. She's too elderly. She wouldn't be able to handle it. So not everybody has family that they can depend on. And if you're going to say they shouldn't use daycare, why don't we take it a step further and say everybody who puts their kids into public schooling are shitty parents? That's about how dumb that sounds to me. You know what? If she ever heard this, she's probably like, yeah, you shouldn't go to public school. It's just that's off the wall. Like, you know how many mothers would love to be able to stay at home and raise their kids? I mean, I know some women love to, work and do all that, but there are so many mothers would love, if they got the choice, to stay at home and raise their kids or go to work. They're going to choose, stay at home and raise their kids. Luckily, I was blessed enough. I worked when my oldest was 6 months old. I put him in daycare. He was only there for like a couple months. He just cried all the time, and then they told me that he would get used to it. He never did get used to it. So I just eventually, we talked to the family. I decided to stay at home, and my youngest, I just stayed at home. I was able to do that. Luckily, I was blessed to. Not everybody, but me, I know not everybody is able to do that. And you know what? That is okay. If you have to utilize daycare, that is okay. Just, do your research. There are some very bad daycares, and there are, some horror stories out there, but there are some really good daycares too. The one where my son was at actually was a very good daycare. I mean, a lot of them these days have cameras where if you're sitting in your office or you're on your break, you can click on your phone and actually see your child's room. I mean, I could tell you this one time. I mean, there's bad stories. There's bad apples everywhere and anything. But there are some good ones. Just check, make sure, they're a reputable place. I don't know about everywhere, but around here, they have like stars. So for like 5 stars, something like that's like the top rated. So what bothers me though is how many women I see on her panel when she discussed this, and they're like trying to plead their fifth of how they are, this good mother, they're loving mothers, even though they have to send their kids to daycare. It pisses me off so much because when I'm hearing that, I'm literally screaming at my screen, knock it the hell off. Why do you care what this woman, a complete stranger, why do you care what she thinks? She is nobody. Like, I don't get it. Why do you feel like you need her, like her okay, or her? I don't understand it, and I hate it because I feel like I can literally hear in the woman's voice, like it's breaking them inside. Like they feel so bad about themselves, and I'm like, you need to, like, that shit needs to be knocked off. Like, we need to be raising each other up. You need to be telling the next mom, you are doing a great job. Just because you're not feeding your kids all organic food and, what's the other, like, big things, co-sleeping and, I don't know, send your kid to daycare, public schools, or, religion schools, or just everything. There's so many stuff that parents think, well, I use cloth diapers. Well, I use, regular diapers you buy in the store, or I feed my child baby formula. Well, I breast milk. And that's like, well, you give your baby formula, so you're a shitty mother. And, it's just, that's stupid. It doesn't matter what you choose to do with your children. As long as you are trying and doing the best you can as a mom, and if you are that worried about what somebody else thinks, and you're constantly thinking to yourself, am I doing this right as a mother? Am I raising my children right? Did I do that right? If this is what I found out. If you're doing that, most likely you are a damn good mother, and you need to give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a break. You are doing just fine. You do not need some strange woman on the internet for approval. It just bothers me. It hurts me to see so many women, because there's so many women who use daycare. That's so many parents, should I say, use daycare. That's probably almost all of her listeners. And for you to put them down, and she don't even say, well, if you absolutely have to, but then I guess it's okay, make sure it's a reputable place or anything. She just point blank, period. If you use daycare, you're a shitty mom. And that's not right. It's not right. So I am not going to keep rambling on about that. So let's get out of here. So let's go through. I'm going to split this up. So there was like a lot of drama with a lot of different videos going on. So I'm going to split some of that up with the PDF, and then I'm going to go and we're going to watch some videos. Let's see. I got making sure I stayed on topic. Okay, so let's go through some of these PDF files. And I did not want to put that up there, but I guess what we could do, let me see if I can, let me see something real quick. I guess we could get a photo going or something, you know. Get something going on here. There we go. There we go. Now we got a photo. And you know, I just hate that. I hate putting down other women. Even Kay herself. I mean, she gets on my damn nerves so bad. Kay, though, is a strong, she is a beautiful woman. Like, she could really do things. She could go somewhere. Like, if she really put her mind to it and knocked that nasty shit off, which I think I figured it out. I think it's all trolling. I think that's literally what she's doing it for, was to get her numbers up. But sadly, if you want to write books and, you know, have a bigger career or something other than just doing a little podcast on YouTube, no brands or, you know, books or contract, nobody's going to touch you with the, you know, the I can't say it, the controversy she has surrounding her. So, I mean, she's not helping herself at all. I know she kept saying bulldog in her last YouTube video. Bulldog. You wish you had a bulldog like me, which really, it like cracked me up so bad, because whenever I was growing up, literally when I was a kid and now as an adult, my grandmother used to always tell me, she's the one who raised me. She used to tell me, you know, I'm a bulldog, and she is. Like, she's a very strong woman. But she said, you know, she always wanted to instill in me to be a bulldog, to not let people walk over you, and don't just, you know, if you're not getting something done, you got to bulldog through that. You have to be a bulldog. My grandmother always taught me that. So I thought that was very funny when she was mentioning that. That was ironic. But Kay she's very a strong voiced woman, and she would just use her gifts in a positive way. I think she could go probably far. I really do. See, that's how you lift a woman's crown. You don't have to knock them down. Okay, so I wasn't sure what this was. It's like different text, and it says screenshots of Kay's plan for Sharon Cadle. It's something about a book, and it got leaked. And if you read the messages, it sounds like Kay's actually the one who leaked it. And I guess this lady was her friend. So it kind of makes it look like she screwed her friend over. But I'm not positive. I couldn't really understand. I didn't know what they were talking about. But that's really what it sounds like. Then there's a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you can see it. Different videos and Google Drive evidence. And there's tons. But I have not got to look through them, so I am not going to even share that, because I haven't looked through all of it. I mean, that's a lot. This is a lot of work somebody put in. So the next page I have is Frankie Ruzek's pictures that got leaked. This is the messages, the text messages. This is from the girl. I guess she was dating Frankie, and she put when she started dating him, and I'm not gonna put that out there about his personal stuff, but I guess the girl he was seeing and messing around with had a picture, a very, very unflattering picture of him. Awful, awful picture, and then shared it to the internet. I will say she did in here say that she didn't want it to get out all over the internet and stuff, but you know, if it got into Kay's hands, everybody would see this picture. So there's the picture. So here's some more. These are some videos and the timestamps. There's a bunch of them. So here's one. It says Will and Kay, Chris Watts case, Kay bad mouthing, Shanann Watts, and with the glare. Timestamp 1 hour 47 minutes. Level throws a weak punch. Kay making fun of Shanann Watts. Timestamp 55 minutes. Loose lips sink the watch ship. Timestamp 20 minutes, 15 seconds. K mocking Shanann Watts. And I wasn't sure. I wanted to look this one up. I'm going to look this one up a little bit, but it says K discussing Quaden Bales. Timestamp 28 minutes and 39 seconds. K harassing a 9-year-old boy with dwarfism. Quaden Bales. More few updates. Thursday night throwdown. 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 14 seconds. K mocking George Floyd. And I'm going to read a little bit more. There's more on that one. I guess I'll just wait till I get to that. So stop listening, Cindy Watts. 14 minutes, 58 seconds. K harassing and bullying Rebecca W. Weathering the storm. 40 minutes and 3 seconds. K engaging in targeted harassment. There's a couple more that I'm not even, it talks about Kay saying there's no proof about Jake and all that. I'm not getting into the Mike Long case. So here's some stuff on screenshots. On doxing. So this says, these are, again, text messages. I guess it was a group called Kay's Flying Monkeys. It says, feel free, this is Kay talking. She says, feel free to dox her back. Her name is blank blank. But she's in the middle of a divorce over her online bullshit. She's a scumbag. Doxing isn't illegal. And there's a picture of the woman. It says, and then somebody else tells Kay, I have her address and phone number. Kay says, give it to me. She says, yeah, I'll drive and give it to you in 10 minutes. Somebody said, go to the latest messages. Start fleeing her docs. Maybe it will shut her the F up. Let's dox and get what we can. So I'd say we will win it in the end. Stop feeding the beast. I've never doxed anyone, never called anyone's employer, never desecrated anyone's pictures. This is a pack of lies. And then there's another message of Kay saying, let's work in the background to get more info on these women. I mean, there's proof right there. More doxing. Somebody says, if you give me a second and let me get coffee and let the dogs out, I will try to dig up more information. What do we need? Somebody says, any former arrest, violence. Okay, says, do we need of any of another or any other cities blank would be in Florida? Somebody said she's in, or Kay said she's in blank. I have her address. Can you text it to me? And then it says, Kay says, someone called the apartment complex. So now they're going to call this woman's apartment complex. Somebody said, or Kay said, find out if it's true he has the lease. Make up something about why you're calling, maybe a bill collector. Somebody said, maybe let me look up that county and make sure there isn't any paperwork. Somebody said, I don't think blank can give that information out. Maybe say you're a repo looking to repo her Jeep. It's just apartment complex. Ask for a manager. Maybe they will spill the tea. You never know. Just, I mean, trying to call this woman's apartment complex, calling people's work. So disgusting. So disgusting. Throat so dry. So here is admitting to trolling. And this is the message she puts. Laughing my LMFAO. Jews taste like chicken comment. So I know you guys have seen that. So when I see this stuff and then this next one where she says, somebody asked, okay, has baby killer Chris Watts responded to your thirsty letters yet? She says, maybe he did. Jealous. I sent him a picture of my boobs, you know? So that's where that got around. I kept wondering, I'm like, everybody keeps sending me this, telling me she sent those pictures. But that's where whether she did or not, I'm going to say she probably didn't. She possibly could have. I don't think she did. But that's where it came from, because she told people that. Just to get under their skin, just to troll. So we see these trolls all the time online, everywhere on social media. I always picture them as like, you know, like middle-aged men, you know, down in their mom's basement. But now I guess I'm seeing it's like Kay. It's Kay. She's one of them. Like that's who's, you know, trolling on social media. It's Kay. So, and I think that's why she says that the juice tastes like chicken comment. Well, we have that in common. I make fun of peasants on my channel. I think she just trolls to try to get numbers, whether or not it's, you know, people who love her, people who hate her. It's numbers for her. It's views. It's money. I mean, that's why she's doing it. Okay, here's more. Just saying she was a piece of shit mom and drove her husband to insanity. Who was she talking about, huh? So, and here's another one. See, this is why. Because, like, this whole page right here is her talking about General Hospital, calling the characters' names. I know she loves to call women the aunt and ors. She loves to call them that. So she even, this one I thought was funny because she even, you know, Flo from Progressive Health, she even wrote to her, I guess it was on Facebook, and puts, Flo sucks and is annoying. Progressive is owned by George Soros, who also sucks and is a hypocritical liberal pig. Like, why would you even take the time to do all that? Then she wrote somewhere else, abortion is viability is murder. She said, I just can't care if some ghetto rat gets an abortion. It saves society. Then here's some screenshots of a picture I guess she posted. And it says, absolutely without a doubt, some people bring on their own death. Is that not just another word of saying somebody's actions was the reason they were killed? Because I swear I said that, and people in the comments were saying, oh, she never said that. She didn't say it was Shanann's fault. Yeah, she did. Yeah, maybe not in those exact words, but she did. She said it. Then I'm not, that's some stuff. I mean, some of it's so bad, like I wouldn't even repeat it. And then she put, no, but if a kid is openly gay, the scouts have the right to not include him or award him. So that's how she feels about, you know, gays, homosexuality. Shouldn't be surprised. Somebody said, or she says, but it makes better business sense for them. One more way to sell the shiny legacy via her useless idiot parents. Some of us here are convinced Shanann did it. Some are convinced she was capable. I am the latter. That's why I understand you guys. And you dumb fucks wonder why you're profiled, vilified, and shot on sight. Who could she have been talking about there, I wonder? Never had a man not like that picture. Maybe jealous women, but never a man. You're a fag. And then she's writing, and here's another like trolling behavior. She's writing Ellen DeGeneres. Shut up, Ellen. Then she's writing Kathy Griffin. Shut the fuck up, you ugly bitch. You're not funny. I hope they arrest you and prosecute you. I mean, we're almost done, guys. Oh, quit your belly aching, you fucking homo. Why do you guys care so much about some dead guy? Oh, just admit it, Shannon. You rub one out when you look at Jody's pictures. Oh, just admit it, okay, I read that. Want a good laugh? Go look at the crime scene photos of Travis's little red penis. Gag. Tommy Lightfoot Garrett, Shanann killed the girls. I discuss and demonstrate of Shanann being a polarizing and unlikable victim in the death. So there it is. That's her words. That's Kay saying Shanann killed the girls. You guys can quit commenting that now. Okay, so that's the whole PDF file. We are in 30 minutes. Gosh, this is gonna be, I told you it was going to be a long video, guys. Stick with me. Stick with me. Okay, so now I want to move on about, so Kay dropped a video about man babies, and it had Glare, Mike, dad's podcast, and I think it was Mr. Nutt. Which why she uses Mr. Nutt, because he has said time and time again he didn't really even know that much about her. He didn't want to be any part of it, but she keeps like trying to get him in because she knows that he has like a short temper, and she likes that because she wants to use that to get a rouse out of him. So I think that's why she keeps bringing him in there. So there's like a whole video of calling them out, and then also in the video, she had, in 39 minutes, she shares the voicemail of ML talking to Sophie. So if you have not heard that, I would say go over and watch it. I'm not going to share it again because I know you guys probably already heard it. But that right there, when I heard that, that's kind of what switched the whole case for me, was listening to those voicemails. That's some jacked up stuff. Like when I hear those voicemails, it makes me think of like Josh Powell. Like, I'm actually very concerned about Sophie's well-being with Mike, because even now, because if he doesn't get the custody, or if he feels like he's backed in a corner, what is to say he won't hurt this little girl? The way he was talking, either he has some serious mental issues or some serious drug problems. I have met men who talk like that, and that is some off the wall, just take us all out, the angel talk and stuff. That was very, very concerning for me. It really was. So the next one was, let's get back over here, and I can't see my camera no more. So we have, oh no, let's make it bigger. I guess we'll do Come Say It to My Face first. So this was some drama with, let's go ahead and play it. This is Save the Drama for Your Mama, Come Say It to My Face. What I'm playing is 1 hour and 34 minutes in. It's Kay calls Chrissy a child beater. So let's listen to that.
Spank other people's kids.
See, watch. Okay, now she quit playing. Are you going to talk, CK? Or are you going to just keep playing the video that we've already heard? You've already played it 3 times.
My daughter?
Now she's playing the video.
Daughter?
Now she's muted because she keeps playing the video. We've already heard the video 3 times, CK. We don't need to hear it again. Yeah, you're 50 years old and you're acting like an 8-year-old. Grow up. Stop.
She acts like she is so important.
I never said that my kids. I said that I would have hit my child with a belt if she would have pulled out a knife on another child. Yes, it is CK. I don't know why it's not her. This is her.
CK, I'm the one that whips kids' asses. Every one of them deserved it and needed it.
Yes, I'm sure this is CK. I don't know why she won't talk. She just keeps playing the video over and over and over again.
Because she's a fucking child. She's mentally a fucking child.
Because it's my daughter?
She's just going to keep playing the video over and over and over again. Because she has nothing to say.
She's not worth your time. Just throw her off the fucking panel. She's not even worthy enough to be up here.
I mean, really, CK. You don't have anything to say for yourself. You're just going to keep playing that video over and over again. That's your proof that I'm a child abuser. The fact that I said that my daughter attacked another child, so I spanked her. And I said that I would go after my child with a belt if she put out a knife on another child, and that's your proof that I'm a child abuser? Are you serious?
She can type in the fucking chat, but she can't talk. The fuck? She is so nasty. Her being up here on your panel is making the channel look bad. Hang on, my neighbor's here.
Well, CK, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but you're acting like a child. I can't have a conversation with you when you're acting like a child. And you just keep playing the same thing over and over and over again. How am I supposed to have a conversation with you? You're not muted now. You keep getting muted because you keep playing the same video over and over and over again. Why did you call Captain a child beater? What did she do to you? Why did you call Captain a child beater?
Should we play your audio again? Should we play your audio again? Because I like your audio better. I like your audio better than your fucking screenshots you think you have. You admit you've whipped your child with a belt. Let's play your audio again.
No, I did not.
Let's do it. Let's play your audio again. You can mute me though.
My daughter, if my daughter, her name is Jada, if my daughter Jada did that to another child, I would have got a belt out and I would have whooped her ass in front of the other child and the mother.
I said would have.
I've done it. I've done it.
We lived in an apartment complex.
I said I would have.
Actually, it was a girl around her age. She was small. She was actually smaller than my daughter.
We don't need to listen to the audio again, CK. I said I would have. Why did you call Captain a child abuser? Why? What proof do you have on her? Do you have an audio of her too? Are you going to have an actual conversation, or are you going to act like a child? Why did you call her a child abuser? You said that you didn't do it, but I just put up the screenshot, so now you can't deny it. I'm not denying my words. I said what I said. I know what I said. I said I would have, and I said I did spank my daughter. I had the audio in my email, and if I could have found it, I'd have played it my damn self. So you felt the need to go live and call me a child abuser. And
You are, because you are. And your child is aggressive. Your child is picking up other children. Your child is picking up other children and throwing them down by their braids because you beat them. You admit you beat them. End of story, Chrissy.
That's not me admitting that I beat my child.
Chrissy, can I just say, this is what she's talking about. She's talking about after you say, I would have beat my child, got a belt and beat my child. You then said, because I have. She's talking about those words. You say, because I have. That's what she's
Yes, I know. I acknowledge that. I said because I have, but I didn't use a belt.
Right, but when
now,
you say,
now she's gonna try to minimize it. Well, I whooped her, but I used a belt.
I didn't. I used my hand.
Oh, that makes it better? That makes it better? Has it occurred to you, Chrissy, that that's why your child is abusing other children? Because you abuse her?
I'm not a spanker, though. I do not.
But you just said, should I play it again? Do I need to play it again?
Okay, no.
My daughter, her name is Jada.
Okay, can you please stop acting like a child, please? Can you please stop? Can you please stop? Stop acting like a child.
Chrissy, I only just stop playing your audio. That's what you want. You want me to stop playing you in your own words.
I think people took that I would have.
I spanked
So
my
when you
daughter.
said
No, she didn't say that.
Yes, I
Caley.
did.
No, she did. She said,
No,
because
she
I
said,
have.
I did it.
Because I
Yeah, that's
have.
what
It's
I
her
did.
words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes,
I don't think they're taking that as you that you have physically hit. So because you're referring to a belt, people think that you've actually done that because you say because I have. It wasn't the start of the sentence when it was like I would have. So that's what I think the
Yes,
confusion
it's
is
a
over.
little clip of my life, and it's being taken out of context.
It's not taken out of context.
Yes, it is.
Context is very clear. You're talking about your child manhandling another child. And your response to your child manhandling a child was for you to start whooping your child in front of other people. And what I'm telling you is, and what you might just be too thick to understand, is that your child is probably manhandling other children because you manhandled her. And
No, I
you
don't.
admit it. You admit it.
No, I don't. No,
That's why I don't like you. And that's why I called you out. And I didn't do an entire monologue, and I didn't
You
do an
called
entire
me
show.
a
I
child
called you out
abuser.
because you sit on YouTube and you admit to whooping your child.
I do.
There's a difference
And
between
the context that you
child.
give that your child manhandled another child is irrelevant.
There's a difference between spanking your child and being a child abuser, CK. A huge
I
difference.
spank them.
You said that I sit on my live and I brag about beating my children. That's what you said.
You did. You did. Do I have to play it again? I'll play it
It is
again.
not illegal.
Don't
It
make
is
me
not
play it again because
illegal.
you'll just mute me again. Because you don't like to hear your own self.
It is
You
not
don't want to hear your
illegal.
own self.
Okay,
You
well,
want
you
to hear
hear
your
yourself, okay?
Hold on, Heather. CK, it is not illegal to spank your
My
kid.
daughter, if my daughter, her name is Jada.
It is not illegal to spank your kid, CK. It's not illegal. It's not illegal.
I'm sorry. Is she a counselor? Are you?
Okay. So there's that. That was after the man babies. There is a point to all this. That was after Kay dropped her little man baby thing. Then all this happened on the live. Next video I want to play is, let's see. So this is Caley with the T, Caley with the T. Hashtag glare exposed. We are going to start at 9:20 to 10:20. So I gotta already go. This is, she's talking about glare.
The police reports I have. Well, I actually have 3 I want to read you. And I want to also touch on how he is abusive. So basically, he doesn't just abuse women like we've seen online. He will physically assault women in real life. He has beaten his own child up. And this is where it gets tricky for me. He's actually beaten up animals like dogs. He's kicked dogs, he's booted them, he's punched them. Like, he's a full-on abuser. There's no excuses for him. And that's been said by several people as well, not just one. He is and this is what everybody says about him. We have 3 women, not one. All 3 women said that he abuses drugs and alcohol in the reports.
Okay. So she has like letters and I guess had spoke to Will's exes. let me back up 1 second. On the clip we had just watched about spanking, let me know what you guys think about spanking your children. I, for one, luckily my boys are very good. They behave. I don't have to spank them. I never really had to. I don't have to discipline. And whenever I was a child, I got whooped. There was even times I got hit with the belt. And if you moved, it hit you in the wrong place, it hurts. I would never imagine doing that to my kids. But I'm not against other parents as long spanking your children. I'm not going to tell another parent they cannot spank their children. Just I ask you to do one thing. If you do spank your children, never do it out of anger. So if it's in the heat of the moment and they just did something really bad, do not spank them. Take a minute, breathe, calm down, and think about it for a second. But I bet you if you did that, you'll find out you don't need to spank them. Most kids would rather I would have rather had gotten a spanking than getting my stuff taken away. I'd rather just get the spanking, get it over with. Please don't take my, the computer away, my game thing away. When you take that away, that I think hurts kids more. So that's all I want to say on that one. So let's get on to this one. So this is Caley exposing Glare. Supposedly she's talked to his exes, and one of them is his son's mother. As we know, we've heard that she lost custody to her son, to Will, years ago. The son's grown. From my understanding, I think he might be like 18 now, might be a little bit older, I'm not sure, but he's grown. They've been apart for a long time. It's just odd to me. Will has told us time and time again that he has a very shady past. He's done some really bad things. I feel like on this video, though, she painted him out to be literally, and I will show you another clip here in a minute. She literally called him a not as attractive Ted Bundy. Like she labeled Glare as Ted Bundy. So I don't know. What do you guys think? It is awful what he did, and I think he knows that. But somebody who works around recovering addicts, I cannot tell you, the worst thing you can do to a recovering addict is keep throwing their past up in their face, especially when they are trying to make a change. And I feel like Will made his channel and he's trying to do good things. And could this woman possibly see that he's gotten himself together and he's trying to do good, and maybe it bothers her because that wasn't him when they were together? Maybe kind of jealousy there. What do you guys think? Let me know below. So let's move on to where she calls him literally Ted Bundy. So again, this is Caley with T. She goes in. This is a 60-minute video detailing literally every mistake that Will has had, and she talks about might be on this one. And she talks about his suicide attempt, which I think that it's just absolutely disgusting. I know some people are saying that he was just using it to manipulate his girlfriend, which I had an ex who did that. Every time I tried to leave him, he would threaten to kill himself. So they do that. But again, what do you guys think? Has Will moved on? Is he learned from it? Is he trying to better himself? I just don't feel like it's just, I don't know. Let's listen.
Bear with me. Okay. Right, I just want to read this one out to you. And anybody can go request this. Do you know that one isn't redacted either? Do you know what? Okay, let me read about the abuse. And I'm going to blank all the names out again, okay? So everybody's names, I'm just going to say blank. Can you speak to him and discuss why blank, as a mandate reporter who was in my home many times, including the dates you allege the abuse took place and whom we flew to care for, when neither of her sons would come look after her, she almost died. Yes, Will, my kids, husband, and I flew to care for her. Where were you? I am certain she would have discussed it with her neighbour, the chief. I mean, with such a great concern, of course, right? Then you wait to file for 11 months and 3 years respectively, and not until I am in Georgia 2 months after his legal arrival. Like I didn't keep records, recording texts to prove so. You are a victimizer and a child abuser. You beat children, animals. You're a drunk. You do coke, meth, crack. Taking taint of evil, STD, and bear in mind this is how she's wrote it, so I'm just going to carry on. And speaking with some of his friends and family, the stories are longer and wider than most people know. He is a thief and an arrogant bastard, which he has tattooed that tells people one thing, while manipulating this to his advantage and working nothing but his mouth. One girl he would take money from her purse and then pull out to get cigarettes. Another, while he Weinsteined the encounter, he asked if he was better than his friend. He cheats without mercy. Another was underage, so the parents told him he either stopped or would get arrested, and on and on and on. When he punches women, kicks and spits in their face, chokes, strangles and pins to the floor with his knees, slaps, is rapey with, those ladies are the true victims, which he says they are playing while getting punched.
Okay, listen really quick when it comes to 42 minutes. I put this in my notes because it sounded like, I think this is his child's mom, it sounded like she was threatening Will's parents. So I'm going to listen to this a little bit closer. It was at 42.
I'm going to carry on reading it, but I just want to warn people again, this may be toxic. Sorry, I just read the word toxic. This may be triggering. So he says the women are playing when he's getting too handsy and things like that. So he punches their face, head, back, chest. Those women, I pray no more underage girls, never have an out until they escape. He left one girl with black and blue ear, another a busted lip, another almost broke her arm. But when they call the police, he tells them they hit him first and he wants to press charges. If they do, one cop told me he wanted to slap the smug off his face. When I called to ask about the charges, he is a parasitic feces, and ones I have spoken to all worry the next girl he might kill. He is like a least likable Ted Bundy with less charm and education, but master manipulator. His ex told me it took her 5 years before she got into a relationship because he would stalk her, PTSD her, and even had others surveilling her at times. He would do all above and still ask for pizza money to care for his son, which luckily always had another adult because this fucktard, and this is what she said. And let me find the next part. Okay, I'm going to go to the next bit. Are you all still hearing me? Yeah, that's his baby. Okay, so that's his ex with the 2 children he shares. This is her.
He has
Will
one
had done
child,
a video about her,
one son.
and this was her response. And I'm going to go to the next bit now. The guy who says he is protecting him, as you claim over and over again that you care about my son's well-being, about his traumatic abuse, who wants to help him. You, ? But then you removed him to go without custody against the world he has known, his school friends, and more. And to really help you, you are in a medical neglect as of the moment you removed him from therapy. So she's talking about when Will convinced both the boys to run away from their mum and make their way a couple of states over to where he is. And then when they were there, he never carried on with therapy or anything that they were meant to. Basically, I think they all just sat in the home. Because that is what doctors recommend, right? And that is not even your worst towards Mike and my own child, who you barely ever saw and called or remembered a birthday for. Reporting such a big concern, your brother and mother were mandate reporters to file anything they saw within 24 hours but did not. Please don't worry though, maybe I am wrong, so we will allow the authorities and the licensing board to decide for us if they followed their protocol or violated it. Or was there no abuse, and that is why mandated by law with penalties, sorry I can't speak, I'm losing it now, it's too much writing, and sanctions, they said nothing. Could cost both of them their licenses and links to past jobs like Catholic charities, and the chief of police lives next door to your mother, right? ? I should request his information so DPS and the court can speak to him and discuss why. Oh, William, you're bitter. Oh, William. Okay.
Listen to this,
Oh, William, your bitter little bullshit is old. Oh my God, I'm going to crack up this one. Like, this one's really funny. Oh, William, your bitter little bullshit is old, tired and played out. Please pursue Judge Leonard. We welcome that, but you know you can't, and we already have spoken to all the departments who assisted us. They are all well informed and looking to sanction your attorney for false information and statements to a presiding judge. And when we get there, I can also bring in person who caught you in court drinking just a few days ago. So he went to court drinking. I believe that. The irony.
Okay, guys. So I listened to that. I don't know, the way she, and I could be wrong, you know, it just sounded like this has been over for, I mean, how long now? The custody's been over. The son's an adult. She sounds like she's still very bitter, and maybe rightfully so. I wasn't there. I don't know what he did to her, but and she was threatening his parents. It sounded like she was still kind of talking about their jobs and people that they knew and threatening that. I don't know, guys. I am really torn. I don't know. I've had friends who've called me all hours of the night. I've had to go over there because their boyfriends or, you know, their significant others have beat them to a pulp, and I'm cleaning the blood out of their house and, you know, coming and getting their kids. So trust me, I cannot stand a woman beater. My childhood was nothing but violence and fighting. And that's why when I grew up and I had my children, I said, I'd be damned if I ever let a man put his hands on me. So I do not condone those actions. If that was Will, and hopefully he's changed, I don't know. I hope for that. I still just do not feel like, I'm not really understanding why we're hearing this, or why am I knowing this information about another YouTube creator? And I will also say that she talks about the police reports and all that. Of course, that's he said, she said. It's taken both their sides. From my understanding, Will does not have any criminal background. So he did not have any charges actually filed against him. So he's not a felon. So I don't know. I think the whole Ted Bundy thing, they might have been pushing it a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just a ex-girlfriend trying to get back. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know even if you like Glare or you don't like Glare, I feel this is very underhanded, and I don't feel like this information should have been out there. Let me know, guys. So then after all this happened, I know this video is so long. We're going to move to, was it this one where, I think it was, this is not good. Co-host, that girl. Okay, and this is, where did I go? 12 minutes. And this is that girl speaking on the video that we just seen. And I just want to say, I absolutely loved, like when she was talking, I felt like she was literally talking to me. I was in the middle of reading these PDF files, thinking about what I was going to say and share them, and I literally dropped them and had like second thoughts. So listen to this. Listen to her words.
Because that's what you do. I haven't taken up for him and done all the things I've done for him over the last few months because I think he's a bad person or because I didn't mean it. And you don't kick people while they're down. You just don't. That's what blows my mind. Like, I gave her credit and was like, oh, wow, maybe she's not this person everybody makes her out to be because she's donating to the suicide funds and she really cares about something. And that's a good thing to represent. And then she just turned around. Is she going to like donate PayPals off this live to suicide awareness? Like, how can you even justify this? I'm sorry. I can't make it make sense. I need somebody to make this make sense to me. And I don't think people should be in there insulting Caley's intelligence and saying horrible things about her. Like, I'm sick of it. Whatever happened if you don't have something nice to say, don't fucking say anything at all. Whatever happened to that? I know he's been going hard at Kay. He's been going hard at Kay because she personally insulted him in front of hundreds of people, and he's a man, and it butt hurt his ego. And I've been telling him to get off of it for a long time. But they keep going back and forth and back and forth. And even in all their disgusting back and forth, neither one of them went this low. And I don't care if she had her do it so she won't get in legal trouble. That's still going to have to be on her conscience. Is that fun to y'all? Like, I don't get it. I don't care how mad I am. I saw somebody in chat say how he hurt me. I don't give a fuck that he hurt me. I don't give a fuck that he hurt me. I don't give a fuck if we're never friends again. This shit is not okay. I've got more personal details on him than this, and I would never. I don't care if he literally took a knife and stabbed me in the back and I lived, I still wouldn't hate him. People, you're not supposed to act like this. And just because other people act like this doesn't mean it's okay for you to act like this. No, Eric Mueller, Will has never done this to anybody. Will had the same kind of document Chrissy did. Chrissy, you want to repeat what that was for people who are just now getting here?
Yeah, I mean, y'all can go look at mine and y'all can go look at his and compare, because if he doxed her, then I doxed her too. I mean, it's not a dox, it's just nothing but screenshots and of different things that she posted and different chats and stuff like that were leaked of shitty, horrible shit that she's done. It's not personal information. I mean, actually, I think what I did was worse, because I actually showed where she had where her husband had an online affair. So, I mean, I even brought it up. I was like, I'm not trying to defend Will, but I think actually what I did is actually worse, because I showed the whole fucking file. He only showed a little bit of it.
He only showed the parts that were actually relevant to what he was talking about that night. I see that in chat that Caley just dragged me so hard. She's not right. Cool. Better her talk about me than make fun of my homeboy's fucking mental health. Drag me from one end of the earth to the next. If you need somebody to make fun of and pick on, comment somebody that can actually retort that shit. How can you even defend? Oh yeah, he's told us he wanted to kill himself. This isn't fucking news. Let her bash me. I don't care. Bash me all day long. Do whatever.
I didn't
bash
even know she was
me,
still alive, because she came
run me, call me fat, call me ugly, call me whatever you want to, call me stupid, call me what can we think of? Hey chat, y'all want to give me some names that she can call me? Why don't you help her with some content here? Because I'm telling you, this is disgusting. It's disgusting.
Let's see.
You don't instill karma on other people. Anybody who knows anything about it knows karma deals herself. The only thing you're doing by trying to issue karma to somebody else is ensuring that it's going to come back on you too. Why do you think I don't talk shit to people who are mean to me? Why do you think girls come up in this chat and they say, oh, look, there's that girl. She's a blah, blah, blah. And I say, thank you. Because I don't care. I know who I am. I know where I've been. And I know that what's happening to Will, regardless of what he did to me, can never be justified. Anybody who thought that I would take joy out of this is stupid and doesn't know who I am or what I stand for. You do not drag people's mental health. And critical baby bay, I don't be looking for friends. Just shows you don't know nothing.
Oh, she doesn't. I don't know where my mods are.
I'm right here. She can be gone until I leave, because I'm done with this. I don't want to hear shit said about Caley. I'm going to call it what it is. You cannot say you advocate for mental health and then put somebody's mental health problems on display. That's the truth. I ain't going to call her names. Anybody who would do that obviously has so many problems of their own that they feel like they need to hurt other people to feel better about themselves. That's all I see. That's all I see.
And I go listen to that, like her words, like I had chills listening to her words. I mean, it's that girl. She was on This Is Not Good, co-host, Save the Drama for This Mama. Like everything she said, like I feel like it was speaking to me. She was right on. Literally the night before, there was this picture going around on social media about half the step was somebody shoveled snow off half the step and left the other one. Well, this lady got on there and was like, well, how do you know the neighbor wasn't a complete jerk, and that's why the person didn't shovel all the snow off the steps? And this woman said something in there, and it really just touched something with me. She said, just because that person may be a jerk, how does that affect me? So, I mean, just because, this person's being an asshole doesn't mean it has to change who I am. I'm not an asshole. That I do not act that way. Those were not the morals that were instilled into me. I will not act that way. Like, just go listen to her. She talked a lot more about it. I loved it. It really touched a chord with me. And I want to say, Will, if you are, have overcome all this, like you said you have, and, you're on the right road, I'm just going to say I am proud of you, and you have my support, and keep going. I know, I know how hard it is not to kept getting drugged back into your past and old ways. If you are, doing the things like you're supposed to, that strong. You're very strong, and just to keep going and not to let other people get you down and turn you around. Do not get turned around. Just keep going where you are. You're helping people, and you have a lot of fans who really love you. So guys, let me know, what do you guys think about that? I just feel like all this stuff just didn't belong. And then I want to say I seen Savage Jesus. She's always in like all the panels, and everywhere I'm listening, she's there. I just want to say I love that girl. I don't know who she is, but I love her. Like, everything she says is exactly what I'm thinking. So I see her in like Kay's talking to Kay, and I sound like she's like, level-headed. She just watches everybody. She takes a little piece here, a little piece here, and she just makes her own opinion. I feel like she's so level-headed, and I really enjoy, like, when I just do. I love watching her. So the point of this video, guys, is though, and this is including in me, and I want to say one more thing. Earlier I keep getting comments about George Floyd, and all the comments that Kay makes about blacks getting killed by police, and if they're felons and they have this record, and it doesn't really matter. Okay, in the end, it doesn't matter what he did. We are not the judge, jury, and executioner. We are not. The cops are not. They did not have the right to take that man's lives. And I was going to say, what about Breonna Taylor? She was in her own home. She wasn't out looking for trouble. She was in her own home, in her bed, sleeping. But then I know what people like Kay and her kind, what they would say, because I heard it over and over on the media, would be, well, she shouldn't hang out with people she was hanging out with. And, get out of here with all that bullshit. Get out of here with it. But the point is, and this is for me too, we need to stop doxing each other and doxing people and putting out all their personal information for everybody to see, especially fellow YouTubers. Stop trying to tear your competition down, okay? It just makes you look like you're jealous, and if somebody else did it to you, doesn't mean you need to do it to other people. So nobody who was doxed, nobody who has been doxed was right. They should not have been doxed. Whether you are Will, I know people say that Will's doxed people. Whether you're Kay, whether you're Jake, whether you're Kelly, whether you're Callie, whether you're Caley, or any of you guys, none of you guys should have been doxed. Quit trying to make it the norm. Quit trying to make it, well, it's okay. It just happens. It's part of it. That's bullshit. Especially when it's other YouTubers, it's other creators who are doing it, or sending your army out to do it. Stop. You can't just fight back with your words on stuff we see on here. You can't go after somebody from a live or a video you've seen of them. You have to try to dig deeper into their personal lives. It's disgusting. The crime community is falling apart, and it's falling apart from the inside out. We are tearing each other up. It is to the point where I cannot believe the crime community had this. When I started this drama channel, I did not think it was going to be like this kind of drama. This is disgusting. This isn't even drama. The stuff that's being talked about is real life, personal. Like, it's bad. It does not need to be spread for everybody to talk about. We need to get back to the cases. So this stuff is serious topics with real people, kids, and there's a lot of families out there who need their stories to be told. And awareness. Would it be nice if all these strong voices across this YouTube could come together and work towards the same monsters instead of tearing each other apart? And that, like I said, that's me included. Here is a story that needs to be put out there. And I'm hoping I see more of this. I'm hoping all this bull crap gets put away and not one more person, even though I just seen somebody's on a live right now. I'm hoping it's not about bull. We need to get back to the stories, the families, and the people who need help. I would love to see Kay tearing apart a missing child, trying to figure out where that child is or who did what with that child. And the same with Blair. I'm so tired of hearing this back and forth. And I know you guys are too, because I see it in the comments. So I'm going to leave this off, and we're going to be done tonight. If you guys haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. Until next time, I will see you later. If this is a story I want to be heard, and I hope one of you guys pick it up. This is a story about Susie Escobedo. She is missing from Cedar, Texas. She has 2 kids and family who need her home. She went missing August 2nd, 2018, and she vanished from her mobile home. She was last heard from at 1 p.m. At 7 p.m., her husband came home and found her 4-month-old baby drinking from a milk bottle. So that tells us she or somebody could not have left too much earlier, because a 4-month-old baby wouldn't have been able to pick the bottle up by themselves. So somebody had to have been there soon, you know. She left behind her keys, her wallet, and her phone. It was all left at home. She is 25 years old. She was 25 years old at the time she went missing. She is 27 years old today. She is a Hispanic woman, brown hair, brown eyes, a small scar upper left arm. So she has been missing. She needs kids who need her home. Her kids need their mother home. These are stories that need to be put out there. This is the stuff we need to be listening to. Just stop the drama bullcrap for a little bit, you guys. Everybody. So, and again, if you guys haven't, please hit the subscribe button. Until next time, guys, I will see you later. Please leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about everything we talked about in today's video. See you guys later. Bye.